What up out there, travel wolves, YouTube heads? What's going on? We in the building. So today's video is gonna be real quick. I'm gonna talk to you guys about Willie D, because Willie D, he asked for y'all. He asked for y'all listening to his commentary about the Passport Bros, and he asked, "Well, you're in the building, well, you're on his channel of 1 million subscribers." And guess who answered? No one. And I was shocked. I was shocked to see that nobody answered. I was shocked. But the point is, this is what I mean by monikers. The proper moniker can do a lot for you. The wrong moniker can do nothing for you. And since we allowed fifth parties, we allowed the enemies of our state to identify us, that's a problem. That's a problem. Why would we allow the enemies of our state to identify us, you know? To give us a slang, a slur. And so as many of you know, I'm anti-use of Passport Bros in regards to it being a moniker on African American and black men. I'm anti that position. And for that, I've had some surrealist things happen to me. Threats, roll-ups on, all kinds of weirdo shit. Goofies everywhere, all in the comments. Like my man said, I get talked a lot, I get talked about a lot, but I don't get touched, which is a waste of my oxygen. Talking to you about some dumb shit that's really getting us killed, getting us murdered, as the title of his video says, you know. And I'm gonna say this real quick. I'm only gonna say it one more time. The last time I'm gonna say it. Has anyone noticed that the true Passport Bros, Caucasian men, are immune to criticism? Because that's really who people are talking about. They're not talking about us. Really who they're talking about when they say Passport Bros are Caucasian men. Okay? But yet, I don't think people know that's who they're criticizing, because they probably would stop. I'm pretty sure if I press this harder, they would stop criticizing Passport Bros once they realize who they're talking about. Okay? Because what you got to understand is that assignments of a slur to an ethnic group is a hallmark signature of global white supremacy. Everywhere they go, they give somebody a name. For us, they called us Passport Bros. And I know somebody said something about, oh, black women made it up, blah, blah, blah. No, they didn't make it up, okay? No, they didn't make it up. I don't believe that. They may have yelled about it a fucking lot, but they didn't make it up. You know how they didn't make it up? Because the behaviors of Passport Bros have been going on by Caucasian men before the internet. So these motherfuckers was analog, going back to England, going back to Australia, going back to wherever the fuck they came from, telling other dudes in their workers' union, in their socialist union, you know, coming here on military leave, going back to their unit, telling everybody, this is analog, you gotta go to Thailand. You gotta go to Thailand to get a woman. So for them, and quite frankly, I forgot what I am. I'm an observer, but there's a term for it in biology. A person who studies animals, mainly the human animal. They've been reproducing with ties so long that you see the change. You see taller ties. You see ties that look like a white girl. I don't see many ties that look like a white dude. but I see a lot of ties with like white girls. Like she could be from somewhere in the Snakes that I would walk the other way if I saw her, especially if it's down south. You know? So, and they did all of this analog, you know? Analog, they did this long before brothers was coming here. They did this analog. So, anyway, that's the last time I'm going to say that. I'm going to roll the video for you because I realized as a child, a lot of you went to public school, so you learn visually. You don't learn imaginatively. Whereas someone such as myself, who went to private school, I was taught to learn imaginatively. So there was no chalkboard, and the teacher wasn't going to write the fucking lecture. You had to write it as she talked. You had to take dictation. You had to learn fucking shorthand. And you had to do all this while she talked. And guess what? You had to be very quiet because she wasn't going to repeat herself. And if anybody missed it, it was on you because you fucking coughed or sneezed. Yeah. So you had to be quiet. And you had to visually learn. One thing I can say about that formal education, although they were racist as fuck to me, one thing they did do was teach me their dark arts of learning, of studying, of researching, of knowledge. And I studied them too. You know? I studied them so much, I know them better than I know my own kind. Day in and day out, eating with them, slaving with them. I got a whole life history with Caucasians, man. But anyway, I want to say